on The Nation at 5. I'm Anand Narasimhan and we're coming to you live from the newsroom here at CNN News 18. Have a look at this picture, ladies and gentlemen. We start with the Shraddha Walkar murder case and the latest that we have accessed here. This picture of Shraddha Walkar, where she's got injuries on her face and on her neck, this is dated December 2020. And the hospital confirmed that she had come there with body injuries. She could hardly move, and she was actually in December 2020. She was at the hospital for at least 3 days. Between the 3rd and the 6th of December, she was in that hospital. Now, what we tell you will shock you further, because this is a News 18 network exclusive. This is a letter that we have now accessed, and this letter is dated the 23rd of November 2020. Shraddha Walkar was murdered in May 2022 in Delhi. She was beaten, bruised, and she was at the hospital in December 2020 in Vasai in Mumbai. Now, this is the letter dated 23rd of November 2020. Just 10 days. 10 days before she went, she got herself admitted at the hospital in December 2020. Just 10 days before that, she has gone to the Evershine police station in Vasai East. So this is where Shraddha and Aaftab were living together and posing as husband and wife, and they had taken tenancy in this apartment in Vasai. So they had been staying there for at least 6 months. That's what the investigation details had said. When the news of her being admitted to that hospital surfaced, it came that they lived in Vasai for about 6 months. So November 23rd, 2020, they were in Vasai in that area. The complaint is to the police station, and the complaint is by Shraddha Walkar, age 25. And she says, would like to report Aaftab Poonawala, age 25. He lives at B302 Regal Apartment, Vijay Vihar Complex, near the ARC Bhavan, has been abusing me and has been beating me up, she says. Today he tried to kill me by suffocating me, and he scares and blackmails me that he will kill me and cut me to pieces and throw me away. It's been 6 months that he's been hitting me, but I have not had the guts to go to the police because he would threaten to kill me. His parents are aware that he beats me and that he tried to kill me. They also know about we living together in the East, and they visit on weekends. I lived with him till date, as we were supposed to get married anytime soon and had the blessings of his family. Henceforth, I am not willing to live with him. So any kind of physical damage should be considered coming from him, as he has been blackmailing me to kill me or hurt me whenever he sees me anywhere. This is the nature of the letter in November 2020, where she says he has been beating me for the last 6 months. His parents, Aaftab's parents, were aware that he was abusive with her. And in December, she got admitted to the hospital. A few days after she filed this complaint, she had actually taken this complaint back. But a few days later, after she took this complaint back, she was in the hospital with bruise marks, and she had been beaten up and she could hardly move. She had injuries to her and movement with her back and spines. That's what the doctor there has told News 18 Network. Put this together, ladies and gentlemen, and one sees that Shraddha Walkar, before May 2022, for a good year, was being abused, beaten, and ill-treated by this man, Aaftab. And she has claimed in this letter that Aaftab's family knew that he was abusive. And she was looking for support from them, because she said that they knew that we are living together because we are soon to get married. Think about this as we tell you that the polygraph test continues, and it will be concluded in a day or two with Aaftab. But while in custody, Aaftab has revealed that he had planned more than a week before he murdered her that he was going to kill her. He had decided. That's what he's told the cops. And he's told them one more thing. He said he used to beat Shraddha, and he blamed it on her, saying she used to provoke me. This is an abusive, brutal brute who deserves no mercy, ladies and gentlemen. Listen into some of the reactions, including the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister, Devendra Fadnavis.
इस मामले में जो भी जरूरी कार्रवाई करनी थी वो कार्रवाई तुलिंज पुलिस की तरफ से की गई है। जो अर्जी दी गई थी, अर्जी के ऊपर में जांच हुई है। जांच के बाद में खुद जो कंप्लेनेंट है, कंप्लेनेंट ने लिखित बयान दिया है कि उसकी अब कोई कंप्लेंट या तकरार रही नहीं है, और जो उसका जो ये था, फ्रेंड था, उसके फ्रेंड के माँ बाप ने आके उनको मतलब समझाया था दोनों को भी, और अभी उसकी कोई तकरार नहीं है, ऐसा करके उसने रिटर्न स्टेटमेंट दिया था, और जिसके चलते वो मतलब वहीं पे वो क्लोज हो गया।
बहुत सीरियस पत्र है, उसके ऊपर क्यों कार्रवाई नहीं हुई इसकी जांच हमको करनी पड़ेगी। मैं किसी पर दोषारोपण नहीं करना चाहता, लेकिन इस प्रकार के पत्रों पर कार्रवाई अगर नहीं हुई तो ऐसी घटनाएं होती है, इसलिए जरूर उसकी जांच की जाएगी। कि बिल्कुल ऐसा कार्रवाई होती तो शायद जान बच भी जाती।
The friends and the parents came and made her understand, made her withdraw the complaint, and she gave it in writing that she is taking back the complaint, is what the cop says. But the question remains, did the parents know that Aaftab was abusing Shraddha? Did Aaftab's parents and family know? Did they not do anything about it? Why are they silent and why aren't they speaking up? Was she being subject to repeated abuse? And did this man relocate to Delhi so that he could kill her? These are questions that remain. Here are the charges that Shraddha has made in this letter dated 23rd of November 2020. Almost exactly a year ago, 2 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, almost exactly 2 years ago, she has made this. She has made this complaint. Let's read out the charges. Charges: he tried to kill me by suffocating me. Aaftab scares me and blackmails me. He will kill me, cut me in pieces and throw me away. It's been 6 months since he's been beating me. His parents are aware that he tried to kill me. Any physical damage should be considered coming from him. November 2020 complaint. This is what it says, ladies and gentlemen. Our reporters are joining us live. Anshul joining us live from the DCP's office in Delhi. Anvit from the FSL lab in Rohini. But first, going across to Vinaya Deshpande joining us from Mumbai. Vinaya, unless I have got the timelines mixed up, this is November 2020. Was she in the hospital in December 2021 or December 2020? Because if it is December 2021, that means it is 2 years of continuous abuse. November 2020, the complaint of abuse. December 2021, she is in hospital. May 2022, she is murdered. If it is November and December 2020, then again the questions arise.
No, in fact, Anand, yes, there is a continuous trail of abuse that we can see in Shraddha and Aaftab case, because remember, there have been several times that she has confided in her friends, in her colleagues, in her family members. In fact, when her mother was alive, she had even confided in her mother that she was being continuously beaten up, abused by her live-in partner. The question, as you said, was why wasn't Aaftab's family really intervening at a time when Shraddha has even written to the police saying that the family was well aware that she was being abused consistently, and that even in 2020 there was an attempt to kill her. Why was it that she was dissuaded about withdrawing that complaint? So what we see through the timeline that we have been able to put together, through the statements that the friends, families and the colleagues have recorded, through this letter that has come to light today, through the hospital records, through the testimonies of the doctors, is that at least for the last 2 years she had been consistently abused. She has been consistently physically and mentally tortured by Aaftab. The question really that comes forth is why was nobody able to help her in order to come out of it? Today, the Vasai police have said that while the complaint was given to Tilunj police in 2020, it was immediately withdrawn by the complainant herself, saying that she did not wish to press any charges. Why was it that that happened at that particular point? The Deputy Chief Minister says on record that he will look into whether the police had ignored the complaint, and if they had, then an investigation will be conducted into this. Meanwhile, in Vasai, the investigation about this continues. A team of the Delhi police continues to be lodged at the Manikpur CID, where questioning goes on. Even yesterday, Shraddha's friends were questioned by the police. So here the effort of the police seems to be piecing together the last two and a half
Right.
years as per the accounts that have been given by Shraddha as well as by Aaftab. Back to you.
So you're saying this letter is dated November 2020. She was in the hospital in December 2021 and she was killed in May 2022. So if that timeline is correct, this is more than 2 to 2.5 years of beating and abuse, and they have been living together. And the promise of marriage, this promise of marriage is something that comes out even in November 2020. Vinaya.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, that letter clearly says that she was living in with him because there was a promise of marriage, and that henceforth she will not live with him, and that the abuse has been continuing. Even months later, the statement that has been given by Aaftab, which doesn't hold any evidentiary value, but still he had said that it was on her insistence, continuous insistence about marriage, that really ticked him off. So the demand for marriage, or the expectation of Shraddha that there is a marriage on cards, and that Aaftab's family very much has given the blessings for this marriage, is the impression under which that girl had been living for the last 2.5 years, while there had
Yes.
been no support from her family, is what she thought. Especially after her mother's death, she felt she was lonely, and even at one specific point when she did confide in her father, with whom she hadn't really communicated much, that didn't seem to have helped either. Back to you, Anand.
Well, thank you for your inputs, Vinaya. So, continuous abuse, harassment, misleading details that have been told, or false promises that have been made to Shraddha Walkar from May 2020, because she says it's been 6 months that he's been hitting me. So, from May 2020 to May 2022, 2 years of continuous harassment led to and eventually the murder at the hands of the same brute who she was afraid even nearly 2 years ago that he would kill her. Anshul joining us from the DCP's office. Anshul, are they taking cognizance of this letter and a history? Because she has named the parents, and that Aaftab's parents were aware that he was abusive.
Definitely what sources in the Delhi police have told us that they have already taken the statement of Aaftab's family regarding this entire matter. In fact, Aaftab family was asked that if they had any idea that Aaftab was actually abusing Shraddha in this entire relationship. So yes, the questioning of Aaftab's family has already happened, and they are also in continuous touch with the police as of now. But talking about the current update in this entire matter, currently the DCP South is at Mehrauli police station where Aaftab is launched, and also the manager of Shraddha has also been called to Mehrauli police station, where the investigation is currently going on. Their statements are being recorded. What we have been told, in the next few minutes, Aaftab is likely to be taken to FSL for the polygraph test. Now remember, the Delhi police has only less than 72 hours now left in their hand to make sure that the entire investigation in which the presence of Aaftab is required, that is done. And that is what we are expecting, that in the next few minutes Aaftab would be taken from Mehrauli to Rohini, where the polygraph test will finally be conducted on Aaftab, and most likely tomorrow or day after tomorrow, the narco test will also be conducted. Because
Has he revealed to the
custody of Aaftab ends?
Has he revealed, Anshul, has he accepted that he had actually planned the murder? Did he actually tell the cops that he had planned the murder over a week? Because earlier he said it was a fit of rage.
So police sources have not. So yes, it is what police sources have told us, that it was in a fit of rage, and I cannot independently confirm this fact that Aaftab had told the police officers that he was actually planning this murder for more than a week. But yes, he had told the police, and even yesterday in the court itself, he had also told that the entire incident happened in a fit of rage, when Shraddha was in fact provoking him to get married repeatedly, and hence he got angry and he attacked Shraddha, after which she collapsed, and he then decided to kill her by strangling her, and eventually cut her into pieces once she was killed.
But it's not convincing, Anvit, as I come across to you at the FSL lab, it's not convincing, because this complaint, even though it was withdrawn from the cops, hints at the fact that Aaftab continued to threaten her that he would kill her. She actually says he tried to suffocate her, the same way that eventually she died, even though the cops are looking if she would indeed strangulated. But here it is suffocate. She mentions he tried to kill me by suffocating me. And the first prima facie, I said between 8 and 10 that he actually strangulated her and killed her. And then he says, in this letter, he says he has threatened to cut her into pieces. And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, certainly. See, Anand, this is what is surprising, that such an accurate anticipation Shraddha mentioned in her complaint, which she gave to police, which even though, like Vinaya mentioned, it was withdrawn soon after it was filed. But see, this letter will certainly, now that it has surfaced, it will certainly change the line of questioning also as far as the police is concerned. Because today, Aaftab's parents have been questioned. Now, police would want to know whether they knew of Shraddha being tortured, that this man unleashes such butchery on this woman, because there could also be an angle that she was being forced to withdraw this complaint. That is one reason why the parents have been questioned, why Shraddha's friends have been questioned, and why their colleagues who were mutual contacts of the couple, they have also been questioned, their statements have been recorded. Now, as far as polygraph test is concerned, that is also crucial in this matter, because all the statement that this man had been giving police, it will alone not not hold any merit in court of law. Police wants to know whatever statement he has given, how truth is there and what sanctity does it hold, and that is why a polygraph test, which is also called as lie detector test, that is expected to be done today. Soon after that, once it is completed, police will also be conducting a narco analysis test on this man, because they want to question him in a hypnotic stage when he will be administered with truth serum, second name of which is sodium pentothal. When he is administered with it, they would want to question him in subconscious state to find out where all did he hide the evidences. Because since the very beginning, he is coming out as a very clever person, and like you mentioned, this could entirely be pre-planned, because when they moved from Uttarakhand and Himachal to Delhi, within 3 days this girl is murdered, and this could very well be planned, because he earlier had mentioned
the
to the
modus
police that
is something which he
left
has talked
house
about
following
and
the
he has elucidated. Anvit, the modus is something that in this letter he Shraddha elucidates exactly how it was the eventuality was given. Suffocate me, and he threatened to cut me to pieces, and he cut her into pieces.